one assassination which happens, and many of us who remember or were old enough to remember that thought that this is it. Never again is it going to happen. Then comes the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, but he wasn't a prime minister then, he was a former prime minister then. Tell us about that and the investigation that you were. You briefly mentioned that you were sent to Tamil Nadu, you went to Sri Peramadur. When the assassination happened, it was Prime Minister was Chandrasekhar. So, what were you doing at that time?
See, the situation.
Where were you posted?
I'll just tell you. See, again, I think I shouldn't be using the term fortuitously. I would rather say unfortunately. I happen to be the OSD to Home Minister and Information Broadcasting Minister. At that point of time, the situation in Tamil Nadu was very critical. And the party in power was heavily influenced by LTT. You understand? LTT Supremo Prabhakaran was like a hero. You understand? I mean, he was not an ordinary person. He was perhaps, in my opinion, if you look at the history of terrorism across the globe, there could not be anybody like him, in the sense that he had that larger than life image. He had huge following. He was able to control part of Sri Lanka. When Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated and we reached the spot, actually we did not have any clue as such. It was a blind case. Unlike, as I always mention, unlike the two other great Gandhis, Mahatma Gandhi, again open and shut case in a way, Indira Gandhi, the people who were caught. Rajiv Gandhi assassination case was perhaps the most critical and the most difficult case to investigate, and perhaps the most talked about case in India. No other assassination could be as important in investigation as Rajiv Gandhi assassination, because in the beginning there was no knowledge at all who could kill him. You understand that? See what happened, that you should be giving credit to our team that they were able to do it. We, as a matter of policy, there are two ways to investigate. You pick up things from scene of crime, and whatever clue you get from scene of crime becomes very important. Fortunately, in this case, on the scene of crime, we had Hari Babu's camera. You understand? On the scene of crime, when the crime took place, Government of India very correctly, appropriately decided to give it to CBI directly and no local investigation. Mr. R.K. Raghavan, a very celebrated police officer, directed CBI later. He was the IG of that area where crime took place, Sri Peramadur. And Vijay Karan, as you mentioned.
So the smart move of Chandrasekhar to give it to CBI right away and not to give it to the state police.
That's correct.
Because the state police was compromised completely.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
That's the point I would like to explain very briefly. See, what happened that they decided that CBI will investigate the case, and I was picked up in the CBI as DIG investigation. Karthikeyan joined later in this case. Scene of crime was kept intact. That is, Sri Peramadur scene of crime was kept intact. And as you know, what I have learnt as investigator, scene of crime is crucial, because people say that the culprit always leaves her identity card on the scene of crime.
And she left it.
And yes, she left it. I mean, her body itself was, her face was the identity card.
Yeah.
So what happened that we went to the scene of crime. And then Mr. Raghavan, he explained to us that the camera was there. That camera was there.
Babu's.
Hari Babu's camera. And it was lifted in the night itself. And then it was sent to a private photographer. That private photographer separated the exposed portion of the film. It was then sent to Tamil Nadu Forensic Science Lab, where director was Mr. Chandrasekharan, a high-flying kind of person. He didn't do the right thing. But anyway, it was there. So this camera, that way, the film was already with us, already in the Tamil Nadu Forensic Science Lab. That is one part. And then somehow this information that this girl, Dhanu, who killed herself, her face was intact.
Yeah.
The body was blown up. Her face was intact. And the pieces of that jacket, that bomber jacket where she had concealed the entire explosive material, etc., that also could be collected. It could be collected. Her face being intact.
How did that happen? To me, it was always confusing that she's wearing a suicide jacket. her face stays intact, whereas Rajiv Gandhi's entire front and torso is gone.
It is a pure chance, I would say, because see what
Physics
happens.
बताइए ना कैसे हो
I'll
जाता
just
है?
tell you.
हाँ.
See what happens that as Hari Babu's camera and photographs they were taking. As you know that LTT and Prabhakaran
Videoed everything.
have a system that they always direct their operatives that they should take films and photographs so
Yeah.
that they are convinced कि इन्होंने किया है. You understand? So
And there was a perversion in LTT where
That's correct.
they glorified their suicide bombers by playing that video. Just as Naxals karte hain, playing the video to show that these are martyrs.
Correct.
That was
so
the
Hari Babu was an Indian Tamil and he was engaged by Shivrasan and team, those people, to take photographs, and he went along with these people to the scene of crime, and there he was taking photograph. It was very clear. It was very clear that Shubha and Shivrasan were seen. They were hanging around nearby. Then they went away.
But-
and Dhanu was trying to come closer. While she was trying to come closer, that lady sub-inspector Nusuya, who gave a very critical statement, was really a bright woman according to me. Now she was trying to push them so that they don't come very close to Rajiv Gandhi. Then Kokila,
politician.
politician, Kokila and that small girl who was trying to come near Rajiv Gandhi. So all these people were trying to converge towards. They were trying to come because they wanted to come closer to. He was a very popular man.
But he used to also call, na?
That's the point, that he called. Actually, he did not allow, what Anusuya told us, that he did not allow these people to be pushed back. So she came in proximity. When she comes in proximity, they are a toggle, as you call it. There was a toggle. And she had that garland. She garlanded and she stooped as if touching their feet. And in that process, she put on the toggle and then it blasted.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.